from the Cake Studios, this is Good Morning KAKEland.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive the King. Let every heart prepare Him rule. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing.
Good morning and welcome to a Merry KAKEland Christmas. We are at Prairie Pines Christmas Tree Farm celebrating all things Christmas today.
And that was Wichita Symphony Chorus joining us. They're going to be joining us throughout the morning, providing those songs of the season here as we start our third annual Good Morning KAKEland Merry KAKEland Christmas show.
It's much warmer this year. How about that?
It's nice, right? We got the fire back here.
Right.
Figured out how to do this right. It's going to be a great day. As we get to this first story, getting an invitation to the White House is a very special moment.
Yeah, it turns out every single year the White House actually sends out invitations to school kids to make ornaments for the National Christmas Tree. I didn't even know this was a thing.
I didn't either.
And this year, students from Cheney High School got the big honor. So Cake's Lacey Williams shows us now how they're bringing Kansas to the White House.
Take a twirl of all things Kansas.
So my ornament, it's the Cowardly Lion.
Kansas Prairie on one side, then like when Dorothy goes to Oz.
24 Kansas-themed ornaments now hanging on our state tree at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. It's all part of the America Celebrates display.
It's pretty cool that I get to represent it in my own way through art.
The project was presented to art teacher Shawnee Montgomery at Cheney High School, who jumped at the chance to represent Kansas and teach a few lessons.
We have a deadline to make, so that was very important. And then a lot of people are going to be viewing this, so I, of course, stress craftsmanship.
And the students delivered, from ribbons and paint to clay and, of course, lots of glitter.
And she's so sparkly.
These students worked for weeks to craft the perfect Christmas spirit for millions to see.
And I've won awards and stuff at art shows, but that's very minimal to having it in Washington, D.C. on a tree.
Not only was senior Jaden Nixon's Cowardly Lion front and center for Kansas on the website, but Mrs. Montgomery decided to make the trip to the ceremony to see her students' tree in person.
It'll be a great honor for these kids. Have a little recognition for Cheney, Kansas, and our art department.
Lacey Williams, Cake News on your side.
It's so cool to see our own Kansas students represented on that level, and of course Kansas represented on the national level as well. Now, from Christmas spirit right here in KAKEland, there is certainly one place where it is going crazy and actually maybe a little nutty.
You got to see that Christmas rush a little differently this year, letting us know Santa's on his way.
That's right. I took a trip to the nifty Nut House. They do Christmas big there. Take a look. On this special Christmas edition of The Wizard of Wah, we are at what many consider a Wichita institution. It's the Nifty Nut House. They've been serving up nuts since the 1930s. We're going to take you inside and show you how they do it. What started off in a gas station has grown over the years. Check out this place right in here. They've got everything from chocolate to nuts to dried fruit. Let's show it to you. We're going to look around here. We got to find the head nut to tell us all about the process that goes through putting these nuts together in their signature gift boxes and how they ship them all over the country. It's a busy place around here, but we have found Steve John, the head nut of the Nifty Nut House, owner here. Tell me a little bit about these gift boxes, because this is a tradition dating back to the beginning, isn't it?
It is. Frank, we were founded in 1937, and we have always done the retail, and in that process, my uncle came up with the gift box idea. So since 1937, we've done those. We sell 4 different sizes, 1, 2, 4, and 6, and back in 1973 is when my father purchased it from his uncle, Ed Muckenthaler, and at that time, the records show 1,800 boxes were sold, and my father encouraged the retail, and it it took off. So we moved in 79 to our old facility, and the sales in 84 was a big year for us, and it was 26,000 boxes. And we've continued to increase, and currently to date we do about 100,000 boxes or more in the 6 weeks period from early November through December.
100,000 boxes come out of Wichita, Kansas, and these don't just stay here. I mean, these things go all over the country because people start a tradition and then they have to keep that tradition going.
They do. We've shipped pretty much all over the United States. We're not big in the shipping. We're trying to improve our web so that we can be more user-friendly, but these do weigh quite a bit, and getting distance, it just becomes cost prohibitive, but that doesn't slow people down. When people are most generous giving, that's when we really do the best. And we try our best to do these. We've always done the mixed nuts, and then probably 10 years ago we added some combos of chocolate with nuts.
All right, so tell me, what is the most popular thing people are going to be unwrapping here when they open up their box?
The most popular that we sell are fancy mixed nuts. This year is this paper. We changed the paper. We do that to identify them. But our little red box in here, people are used to getting that. The mixed nut is by far the most popular, and they're always fresh. They're hand roasted. They're custom roasted. They are hand packed and hand wrapped, and we just do everything the hard way. But people respond well to that. So.
All right, so speaking of the hard way, you guys roast the nuts right here. You're not bringing those in from somewhere else and putting them in a shiny box. We're going to take a look at that and see how the hard way is actually done.
Yeah, we get everything raw. Raw maintains itself better than we roast it. And anything roasted probably doesn't stay around here for a week through the year. And then at Christmas, often these are still warm when you get them because we can't keep up. We're hand to mouth and do it that way. So once you get a box of fresh warm nuts, it really sets a precedence.
All right, we're going to show you how they do it. That's coming up next on The Wizard of Wah. What really blew me away are those boxes, how iconic they are. Coming up, we're going to show you what goes inside of them. 100,000 boxes leaving Wichita or being consumed in Wichita every single year. We got a lot more coming up.
Goodness, that's awesome.
All right, and we'll tell you what's coming up here on a Merry KAKEland Christmas. Well, coming up, do you know who first sang Here Comes Santa Claus? Our Tony Lawback puts Wichitans to the Christmas trivia test.
Plus, go big or go home. A recognizable Wichitan makes our season brighter in a tremendous way. Just how many Christmas trees are in Sierra Scott's home? We take a look coming up next.
Oh, Christmas tree, you fill my heart with music.
Just want to say happy holidays to all the sailors, Marines, Army, Coast Guard throughout the world, and be safe. Don't forget to call home, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Now, your Cake First Alert forecast with meteorologist Tony Lawback.
And Merry Christmas Eve, KAKEland. I hope you're going to enjoy the weather forecast for your Christmas day as much as you're enjoying Merry KAKEland Christmas. Beautiful conditions, warm as Frank mentioned, definitely not feeling like Christmas, but if we're not going to have a white Christmas, let's enjoy a mild Christmas. We're talking 50 to 55 this evening. When you wake up in the morning with those kids to open some gifts, you're talking temperatures in the 40s, but the clouds will clear out, giving way to a sunny afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-60s.
And welcome back into a Merry KAKEland Christmas right here from Prairie Pines Christmas Tree Farm. And of course, the holidays are not complete without decorations. And one woman in Wichita with a familiar face has more than we can count.
That's right. You might know her from TV or out and about in the community here in Wichita. But now we go inside the home of Sierra Scott.
Welcome to the holidays, Allison.
We start with a golden blue, nearly 15-foot tall tree that welcomes you at the front door. And that's only the beginning.
I think we started the first year we had 2 or 3 trees. And Then we started with themes. The first one we started was the man tree, and the man tree is kind of Harrison's tree. It has Star Wars, it has Star Trek, it has all the superheroes. And then we said, well, you know, now that we've got a man tree, there has to be a woman tree, right?
Naturally.
So then we created one of those, and I have a bit of a shoe fetish, so then came the shoe tree.
Okay.
And so it's kind of spread from there, but actually my favorite tree is our vacation tree. So every time we go somewhere on vacation, we have to find an ornament that kind of symbolizes our vacation. This one was the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. This one was obviously the White House. This one's Las Vegas. I mean, you can go down this tree and see all the really fun places we've been.
Right now, Sierra has 136 trees in her home, from Noah's Ark trees, Christmas tree trees, palm trees, and pageant trees, even trees in unexpected places. We're in Sierra Scott's bathroom right now, looking at her Christmas trees. This is awesome.
How many people decorate their bathroom?
This is amazing. And while they can't fit every tree in her house into this segment,
Man tree, the Santa tree, the wine tree, the Florida tree, vacation tree, K-State tree, 2 shoe trees, 2 bird trees, animal tree, woman tree, Swarovski trees, 2 of those too.
it's more than the trees she wants to share, but rather the spirit behind her decor. This advice for families who may find themselves stressed out with just one tree during the holidays.
I think the big thing is to make it a family project and make it a tradition, because like our vacation tree, we do it together every year and talk about the ornaments. It's still great to do it as a family project, to set aside a couple hours in the evening, get the cookies out, and enjoy spending time together. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. Enjoy it, spend time with family, enjoy your time together, and have a great holiday season.
This has been magical. Thank you for helping make our holidays brighter. We appreciate you.
Allison, it was a blast. Thank you for coming over.
Thank you so much. Shane, I feel amazing when I put up one Christmas tree in my stockings. I feel accomplished. Seeing that house makes me feel a little like I could do anything next year.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, it's raising the bar for all of us, right?
That's right.
So a very Merry Christmas at the Scott household. And we appreciate them for checking this out. And we also want you to check this out as we come up here with more on Good Morning KAKEland.
All that's merry and bright can turn out to be too bright. Coming up, tips on how to capture the perfect Christmas picture with your cell phone.
Yeah, plus the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. And it's happening at one local school. We'll take you there with a special guest next.
On the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. First comes the stocking of little Nell. Oh dear Santa, fill it well. Give her a doggy that laughs and cries, one that will open and shut her eyes. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Next comes the stocking of little Will. Oh, just see what a glorious fill. Here is a hammer and lots of tacks, also a ball and a whip that cracks. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick.
The sounds of the season from preschoolers at KidsLink. Pathway Church putting on its annual Christmas show. A little girl Bryn there among the many bright faces learning about the true meaning of Christmas for the very first time through song. We welcome you back now to a Good Morning KAKEland, Merry KAKEland Christmas. And this is really the most wonderful time of the year for performances, isn't it? I mean, who doesn't have a little play or a special musical to put on this time of year?
That's right, and the kids at Goddard High School sure do. Straight from Broadway, the adaptation of the Christmas classic, Elf.
It's Christmas. Let's read a Christmas story. Here's one. The story of Buddy the Elf.
Elf is a really fun show to do because we get to sing and dance and you're basically happy all the time.
You know I'm happy all the time. Hello, happy all the time. Oh, why don't you just say it? I'm the worst toy maker in the whole wide world. I'm a cotton-headed Ninny Muggins.
You're not a cotton-headed Ninny Muggins.
It's really fun getting to act and getting to sing and dance and be super cheerful and get to be part of a Christmas thing where you're joyful and happy all the time.
And right now we have the star of the show, Buddy the Elf himself. This is Seth Bailey. He's a senior at Goddard High School. We got a little look at the rehearsals there, but we didn't get to look at the full show. How was performing in Elf for you?
Oh, it was so much fun. It was great to get into something so fun and happy.
Yeah, and this is just absolutely the star of the show is Buddy, so you have to have a huge number of lines, I imagine.
Oh yeah. All but one scene, it was crazy. There was a lot to learn and memorize.
And you're, of course, having to do math and science and all that on top of this. So what goes into a theater performance like this for you? How much time do you spend preparing?
I spent like at least an hour a night working on lines most of the time. I'd do it with my dad, but you know, keeping up on homework is also really important.
Sure, and you got the get up here, very nice. You know, what amazed me about Goddard too, the theater program, you guys build the set, you have people making costumes. I mean, this is a whole operation.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I love our theater program. I think that it's great. We do a lot of really cool stuff, and I'm glad that I got to be in it.
Yeah, well, we don't get to see you right now because there's no more shows leading up to Christmas, but I imagine you took a few things away from this experience. You know, what did you learn being Buddy?
I learned how to make some mean spaghetti.
Yes, as Buddy does, absolutely. And I'm hungry at this time too, so what a convenient time. Tell me how you go about making the perfect Buddy the Elf spaghetti.
Well, lots and lots of sugary stuff. You can never go wrong with maple syrup. We love that at Goddard, just as much, you know, a lot.
There's elves. Elves, of course, subscribe to the 4 food groups. It is candy, candy corn, candy cane, and then there's one more thing on top of that.
Syrup.
There we go. Syrup.
Tons of it.
What else can we put on top of it?
You know, marshmallows are never a bad idea. Just gonna, actually, you know, just gonna.
Oh yeah, just get into it.
There you go.
Marshmallows. Okay. What else do you have?
M&Ms are fun. They add.
Now, did you actually eat any of this on the show, or is this just something that you incorporated into your diet on the side?
You know, it's always good to like, it's always good to practice. So at home, I'd you know, eat some spaghetti and.
There you go, a little strawberry syrup on top, and you made this for me. So I mean, let's do it. But I even see one more thing. All right, let's put some hot cocoa on it. He brought all the goods from the North Pole for us. Let's try. Now, how would you say this is going to taste for me?
One of my better concoctions.
Oh, it looks fantastic. Look at this. All right, let's give it a try. Mmm.
I figured you'd like it.
I'm officially an elf. All right. Thank you so much, Seth. I appreciate it. That's going to be the most delicious and bizarre thing I've ever eaten. Hey, we've got a lot more coming up. Allison, help me.
Does Santa have a favorite cookie? One cookie shop believes he does. Coming up, we take a look at the Christmas cookie in a new crumbly way. And next, we get ready to dash through the snow. We've got some furry friends in-house to help us celebrate the holidays.
We go laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Feliz Navidad. Merry Fishmas. Here comes Santa Paws.
What are you doing?
Yeah. And why am I holding this present?
Okay, I'm really excited for this next segment because producer Jen put together a little surprise for us. So we're supposed to play this game where we each pick a number and then out will come a surprise.
Oh,
You
so
guys want to play?
This is not a present for me.
It is not.
Okay.
Well, in a way,
It's a
you
grab
each
bag.
get a present.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All at one time?
Ready?
Mystery gifts. 2.
3.
I
Frank.
think you got 1.
Process of elimination. There's a 1 in there. There it is. All right.
Oh, number 1.
I get number 1.
So let's start with Frank. Frank,
Oh,
you're number
okay.
2.
Number 2.
We're going to get your surprise. Let's
All
see
right.
what it is.
Oh, looky there. It's a tiny kitten.
Frank gets a kitten.
So this is Rohan.
Rohan.
Brand new to us. So she was sick, really sick in the shelter, and so now available for adoption.
Wow, this is Rohan, and this is Stephanie McCurdy from Wichita Animal Action League. She's up for adoption right now, Frank.
That's right. What do you say? So many people sometimes give animals for Christmas. They go buy an animal. You guys have great options locally, like Rohan right here.
Yeah, so we do have an adoption center that's open on Saturdays. So if you are looking to do a pet for your family for Christmas, make sure you understand that it is a lifelong commitment. And so whenever you come out and pick out your family pet, know that everyone's going to be having to help take care of the animal and love that animal for the life.
I like the kitty's scarf.
Rohan's pretty small right now. How big this cat gonna get, think?
Probably a couple of pounds, not too big.
Not too big.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3.
I get to meet my new friend.
Ooh, Allison gets a friend number 3. Here he comes, she comes.
This is Frankie.
Hi, Frankie. Hi, Frankie.
Allison's got
Frankie, meet
Frankie.
Frank.
Okay, tell us about Frankie.
So Frankie was actually abandoned in his home, and he came to the Wichita Animal Action League. Oh, he's looking at Shane. And he's looking for
Smells
his
the
forever
spaghetti
home.
on me.
Absolutely. So
He's looking for a forever home.
Yes.
Allison, interested?
I love Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie's a cutie. He loves to snuggle, likes to be with people, does really well with other animals, doesn't really care what's going on around him. So.
Needs a forever home.
He
All
does.
right,
He
now
needs a
Shane
forever
needs
home.
his surprise.
All right, number 3, here we go.
Kind of like that coat Frankie's got, huh?
Frankie is styling.
He has got some, what is that, Sherpa? Oh, here comes my big boy. Hey, it's Christmas morning here for...
This is Windermere.
Windermere. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Is that Windermere?
He's a good boy.
Okay, so Windermere's a bigger dog.
Right.
What comes along with the responsibilities of owning a bigger dog?
So with Windermere, he's going to need a little bit more energy expellment than most animals. So he likes to run and play. He's been out playing in the snow this morning here, and he's looking for his forever home.
Yeah, okay. And so Windermere, I mean, man, he's just all muscle, isn't he?
He absolutely is. He's going to take us all the way across the set with these Christmas trees here in a minute.
What are some of his habits and dogs like him? Do they jump, or is that dog to dog? Does it differ?
So he does like people, he likes other animals, he absolutely loves to play, but he also does like a little snuggle time too. So whatever home he goes to, we need to make sure that he has some time with everybody and that he also gets some time to play.
Real quick, how we can adopt any of these dogs.
So you can go to the Wichita Animal Action League website, fill out an application, or you can hit us up on Facebook. There's a link there for application, and then one of our volunteers will be in touch with you, and we can get you set up with an animal.
Thank you so much.
Windermere and I are going to snuggle. All right? We're going to go to break here. We'll let you know what's coming up.
Welcome back to Good Morning KAKEland with Allison Ackland, Shane Ewing, and meteorologist Frank Waugh with your Cake First Alert forecast. Cake News on your side.
We're back on this special edition of The Wizard of Waugh. We're at the Nifty Nut House, and we've made it from the retail side to where the real work happens. Steve joining me now. Tell me about this. These things are roasted right here in Wichita, Kansas. Tell me about the process that goes through of actually making the nuts that go in those holiday boxes.
Sure. We get nuts raw, as I stated. This would be a pallet of pecans. This happens to be almonds. There's whole cashews behind me. We roast in a batch roaster. It roasts about 200 pounds at a time. So we'll pour the nuts into a container, lift it up, dump it into the hot oil, turn the oil on, and heat them up.
So that's what we're looking at right here. This is the oil. I mean, this is coconut oil, you said?
Coconut oil is what we've always used. The reason for that is we supplied vending, gumball machines for years. And the coconut oil is solid at room temperature, melts at 76 degrees. So inside the globes, it's not a greasy mess like corn oil would be or peanut oil. And that's the reason for it, and we've just never changed. It is a premium oil. It costs quite a bit. It has some characteristics that that aren't friendly for deep frying, but for us, it kind of adds a buttery flavor. So we don't want to change anything.
So you throw those nuts in there. How long does that take? And then after that, where do they go?
We get the oil up to about 260. We'll dump the nuts in. Pecans, probably 5 to 8 minutes. Almonds, I would say 10 to 12 minutes. Cashews, about 15 minutes. And then peanuts are the longest. They take about 20, 25 minutes. We also cook pumpkin seeds, pistachios out of the shell. We do other things in here. We do them one at a time. When they're at temperature or they're done, which is by sight, smell, color, everyone's custom, we lift it up, let them drain just half a minute. Then we'll take them down in this middle area, dump them out, and we'll add salt if they're going to be salted, or just leave them plain and push them down.
All right, let's walk down here and show you this, because I mean, this is a tremendous amount right here. Tell me, these are peanuts in here, and what happens here?
These are Spanish peanuts. They were cooked, salted, pushed down here, and then there's 3 fans that pull air under here to cool them off. And the cool cycle might take 12, 10, 15 minutes. We cool them, and then we'll box them into boxes. Often we'll sell those. Others we just use for backstock that goes up on the retail floor for purchase up there.
All right, and some of these are going to end up in those holiday boxes. We got to go to a different room to find those, right?
That's correct.
All right, let's go. All right. All right, so we've made it to where your elves are filling the boxes, wrapping the boxes. This is quite the operation over here. Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
Well, we just hire good elves, and these are all good elves back here. But we take the mixed nuts, bring them back. These boxes come already assembled. We unwrap them, we put a piece of parchment, and then she will now scoop the nuts in.
I got to say, these are good-looking boxes before you wrap them.
Yeah, I wish I could sell them empty. I could retire tomorrow, but it doesn't work that way. No, we've trained people to do this. It is just constant. It's never ending. She puts the nuts in there. We'll put the lid back on and then send it across the table where we have people wrapping. And we have 2, 4, 6. We got 8 tables in here going right now. Some will be fancy. Some will be the custom mixes. It's just never ending. It's a busy place.
And people get to open up that signature box, and they expect the same thing year after year. You say, you don't change anything because people notice. You change the wrapping paper, but that's about it.
Yeah, and that's only so we can identify what's in there and change it up a little bit just to be fresh. But this is where the love goes in, because I think our nuts have some love in them. Everybody senses that, tastes it. It's just, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Well, Steve, thank you so much for showing us around the Nifty Nut House, how you guys do it. Since 1937, you have no plans to quit anytime soon.
I've still got a little fight in me, so look for me to continue.
Jolly old St. Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm going to say. Christmas Eve is coming soon, now you dear old man. Whisper what you'll bring to me, tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12, when I'm fast asleep, down the chimney broad and black, with your pack you'll creep. All the stockings you will find hanging in a row. Mine will be the shortest one, you'll be sure to know.
All right, he's got the best puns around. Our own meteorologist, Tony Lawback, is the epitome of a good time.
Yeah, so we had to ask him to be a part of our Christmas show this year, and we sent him on a special mission to Bradley Fair, where he caught up with holiday shoppers on a special ride.
Well, it is Christmas time, and we are here at Bradley Fair. One of the biggest traditions is the carriage rides. People have lined up to take a ride on these carriages. Many, many people. We've had dozens upon dozens. So what better way to enjoy the Christmas time spirit than to invade their carriage rides with a little Christmas trivia? All right, so here we go. Question number 1. In the night before Christmas, where were the stockings hung?
By the chimney with care.
All right, that is 1. Where were the stockings hung?
By the chimney with care.
There we go. That is number 1. In the night before Christmas, where were the stockings hung?
Above the chimney.
And what were they hung with?
Care.
All right, we've got the first one. Number 2. If you include Rudolph, how many reindeer are there?
10.
No, that is not correct. The answer is 9. If you include Rudolph,
Okay.
how many reindeer are there?
9.
Very good, very good. If you include Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, How many reindeer are there total? Do you know?
9.
How many?
9.
All right, we've got a winner. All right, now here's the tough one. Who recorded the song, Here Comes Santa Claus? No idea. I can't even give you a hint because that's how little I know about this. It is Gene Autry. Who recorded the song, Here Comes Santa Claus?
What's that guy's Autry?
Yes, you got it.
Gene Autry.
Yes. All right. Wow. Way to go. Guys, you have done very, very well. And as promised, our very seasonal gift here, Frisbee and sunglasses. The Christmas cheer was certainly in the air today, even if the snow, not so much. A lot of people just enjoying the carriage rides, and the weather actually is pretty good for it all in all. It's certainly not feeling a whole lot like Christmas, but everybody certainly in that Christmas spirit. Reporting from Bradley Fair, I'm meteorologist Tony Lawback. Cake News on your side.
Chocolate chip cookies are the most popular cookie left out for Santa. Next, one cookie company wants to help you get a special treat ready for the big jolly old Saint Nick.
Still to come, the Wichita Symphony Chorus.
God and sinners reconciled. Joyful ye nations rise. Join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
Now, your Cake First Alert forecast with meteorologist Tony Lawback.
It is a Merry KAKEland Christmas, and if we can't give you a white Christmas, we'll give you a warm one. Temperatures tomorrow for your Christmas day, starting off in the 40s, and when the sun really gets out, we're going to see temperatures warming to near record levels in the low to mid 60s here across KAKEland. Merry Christmas to you folks.
From peppermint Oreo to raspberry cheesecake, a new cookie shop in town is showing you how the cookies crumble.
Crumble Cookie opened up in East Wichita last month, and today manager Jess Andes joins us with a delicious cookie recipe. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What do you have today for us? Because Christmas cookies are my favorite part of the holidays.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have a little bit of everything at Crumble. Right now we have, this is our M&M. This is a new cookie of the week that we just started, we served this week only. And this is our chocolate caramel. And this is the dough, and then of course our chocolate chip. So what we do is this is the dough. We actually weigh every piece, every dough, a certain amount, and then we ball it, and then we bake it, and then we dress our cookies.
So every cookie's going to be the same size, pretty much?
Actually, no. We go from anywhere from 4 ounces to 5.5 ounces, but every single recipe is weighed a certain way and a certain amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you want to like dig into some dough?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love the dough?
I'm going to let you guys do this. So just like put your little gloves on there, and I got my little scale here, and just dig in and slap it on there.
Now, you've only been in Wichita for a few months now,
Actually, just a little bit over a month. We opened up, yeah.
I'm ashamed of how many times I've visited so far in that 1 month.
You are a frequent customer. I've seen you. Okay, so just dig on in there.
Okay.
All right.
And this is how we do it. And just slap it on the scale. We don't even roll it. No, you just throw it on there.
Oh, nice. I like that.
See, there you go. Well, that's a small cookie. It's smaller than what we normally do, but that's okay.
Oh, I got that big cookie. And now, since you've only been here a little bit now, Santa's not ready for what he's in for this Christmas. This will be his first Christmas with Crumble in Wichita.
First Crumble Christmas.
That's right.
How big am I making this cookie?
Okay, I think that's fairly good. Yeah, you're right on. But you know what? What I like to do, I like to just get my fingers into it and slap it on there.
There you go. Now talk about dressing too.
Yes.
Dressing the cookies.
Yeah, so I mean, I have a cookie here. So this is our Oreo cookie, and it's not dressed. So what we normally do, we have the cookies, we bring them out of the warmer, and we get our dressings. And there's a certain way that we dress them. So I'll just dress a cookie here for you really quick. This is our Oreo. We're gonna swirl it around, and then Shane, I'm going to let you put some little peppermint.
Wonderful.
Shane, do you think
on the
you can
front.
Finish a cookie in about 30 seconds?
I think you can do it.
All right. Now, do I put the whole thing or just a few sprinkles?
I mean, you're just going to put a few sprinkles on there.
Just a few sprinkles. Make it look
and there
pretty,
you go.
huh? Wow.
And then we're going to top it off with a little bit of Oreo. And then there you go.
Let's look at that.
Beautiful.
And then let's look at some of these too, because we want to ask you about the way that we can order these.
So you can order them anytime, yeah.
All right. Well, it's been delicious just looking at these. So Allison and I are going to try them out here during the commercial break, I'm sure, and we'll report back to you. But thank you so much, Jess, for being here. And yes, it is a very crumble Christmas.
Thank you very much.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and many people are hoping for a picturesque Christmas.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're taking a picture, it doesn't go as planned, right? So, Cake chief photographer Nolan Roth is going to show us how to capture that perfect Christmas moment.
Yes, Christmas, the most magical time of year. But do your photos show it? Here are a couple tips on how to get the most magical Christmas photos. What you'll need is a tripod for your cell phone and a light. A lamp will do. This tripod, like many, can be found on Amazon. Now it's time to set the scene. Typically, the simpler the better. I use a tree skirt and a pillow. Turn off all unneeded lights and turn on your lamp for a warm feeling. Hold down your screen and adjust the brightness. Turn a 3-second timer on because in low light situations, camera movement affects the photo quality. Use burst mode to take multiple photos and pick your favorite. And if you don't capture the magic the first try, try again until the magic happens. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas. I'm photojournalist Nolan Roth. Cake News on your side.
All morning long, we've been getting in the Christmas spirit with the songs of the Wichita Symphony Chorus. And right now, Rod Kramer joins us with the group. Appreciate you being here.
Happy to be here.
Rod, for us, the holidays, are a very short period of time, but I'm sure for you guys, it takes a lot more to practice and get ready for this.
Well, we love singing, and this is an opportunity for us to give something back to the Wichita community. And these are all songs that we know and love, and it's just a pleasure to sing them.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, so what is the favorite for the group? Is there a consensus song, or?
I think we're going to sing a version of Let It Snow next that's kind of a jazz version, and that has become our favorite for today.
Now, how do you get involved in the chorus?
The chorus is a volunteer organization associated with the symphony. There's about 130 of us that are singing, and we sing 1 or 2 concerts a year with the organization, depending on what their music schedule is for the year. And it's just an opportunity to sing music with some great musicians, and it's been a lot of fun.
Now, I know I couldn't hack it with them, but are there tryouts, or how do you get into that?
It's a volunteer organization, no auditions, but we do move rehearsals pretty quickly. So it's an opportunity to make some great music.
Well, Rod, thank you for making great music for us this morning, and to everyone, thank you for being here. And you can tune in to Cake to see more local choirs here on Cake News at 11. You'll hear them throughout the morning.
Well, this has been such a fun morning so far. It's just one of the best times of the year, honestly.
A delicious morning. Have you tried those cookies?
So good, right? Everything about today has been perfect, so we're ready for Christmas.
Okay, Shane, before we go, we have one more surprise. All right, last year, you got me the greatest gift of getting to meet a sloth from Tanganyika Wildlife Park. And this year, I wanted to return the favor with the help of a very special friend. Hey, Santa.
Well, hello.
Hi, Santa.
How are you doing, William? That would you introduce? This is Sparkle here. Sparkle doesn't have horns yet, not ready to fly. Had your little reindeer sitting this morning because the missus is all over the L's. Got to catch up with production. Now, Shane, you've been an exceptionally good boy. I want to give you this gift because we heard that you've embraced the name of the new AAA baseball team so much.
So much.
That Santa knew the perfect gift for you. So why don't you show everybody what we have from Santa?
Look at this.
There we go. It's a wind surge hat.
Go wind surge.
Now, Allison, you've been better than Shane. And your gift is so big that I couldn't bring it. So it's going to have to wait till Christmas Day. And Frank, we were going to get you a Peloton, but here I'm not supposed to give that now, so we're going to have that a little bit later on.
Good call.
All right, no problem here. So fantastic. So, I love it, Shane.
April 14th, home opener, baby. Go Surge. All right.
Pegasus and reindeer, they kind of connect and fly.
That's right. Wow, this is my Santa jersey.
Well, Merry Christmas, Shane. Thank you, Santa, and thank you for being
Merry
with us.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
breaking news and your most accurate local forecast, Kake News is on air, online, and on your mobile. Kake News, on your side.